So, okay, so 10 ways to 10x your business. I love this presentation so much, and I hope you guys too. I love giving it. So I'm going to get into talking about what I believe are the 10 most important things that you as a real estate investor should be focusing on right now. And these are the things that you should really, truly understand as a real estate investor. And these are the things I believe internally that are the reasons why I'm so successful at what I do. All right. And if you guys don't know, I invest in self-storage now, but I've done every type of transaction you can imagine. But now I just solely focus on self-storage and my family and REI USA. So it's like REI USA, my family, and self-storage. Those are like the three things that we do in our lives. Okay, so yeah, so what I wanted to say too is, first of all, when you start talking, right, to yourself and to other people, what you put in front of these two words, I am, is who you are going to become, right? So if you say, I'm broke, guess what? You're going to be broke, right? If you say, I am, lazy, or I am too busy to do that right now, guess what? That's what's going to happen. So what I want you to do right now in the chat is I want you to write who you want to become as a real estate investor. I want you to put I am and then fill out what you are. For me personally, and I'm telling you, I say these things to myself all the time because I totally believe in affirmations, right? I am a connector, right? I say this all the time. I'm a connector. I am generous, right? I am a facilitator, and I am a money magnet. And these are the 4 affirmations that I say all the time. And I truly believe this is what I am. So I want to see in the chat, give me your I ams, right? Give me who you want to become as a person, as a real estate investor, so I can see those. Jackie says, I'm a giver. Christina says, I'm a property, what was that? I missed it. A property solutions facilitator. I love it. I am going to be a giver. You cannot say I am going to be. All right. And that's another thing I want to tell y'all. Okay. There's 2 types of people, right, in the world: the I'm going to and the I want to people. Okay. So you are not a I'm going to, you are a I will and I want to, right? So you say, I will, and then blah, 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 or I am, and then blah, 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 blah. You can't say I'm going to, because essentially that's manifesting nothing, right? So you got to say I am. So, who else? Nicole says, I'm an opportunity. I'm an opportunity creator. I love it. I'm a counselor. I'm a badass real estate investor. Who else? Give me some more suggestions. Yes, exactly, Angela. You have got to claim who you are going to become. I am a true believer in the manifestation of your life and your mindset. And you've heard this the whole weekend from so many different people, right? The mindset. So I say, I am a money magnet. Is anybody here a money magnet? I'm just wondering, because I know I'm a money magnet. I'm a facilitator. You guys obviously know that because of REI USA. I am generous and I am a connector. And that's who I truly believe. Angela says, I'm a storage facility manager. I love it. I'm a money magnet. I'm a successful business owner. I'm a badass, fearless real estate investor. I love it. I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet. Yeah. This is something I'm going to tell y'all. And you know what the thing is I never knew I was a money magnet until one of my coaches told me. He said, Stacy, he said, you're a money magnet. And I was like, I am. I'm a money magnet. And then ever since there, I'd be like, and I'm going to tell you, I've raised millions and millions and millions of dollars over the last 10 years. And it's truly because I believe I'm a money magnet. So whatever you want to become, in the next, this is your year, right? This is everybody's year. Last year was not everybody's year. It was horrible. So this year is our year. Claim it, right? Like Angela says, claim it and write it down. I have right here in my desk, right next to my desk, I have a little post-it note, and it says, my name is Stacy Rossetti, and I am making $5,000 a day in my business. What can I do today that will help me to grow my income to $5,000 a day. All right, so I truly believe I'm worth $5,000 a day. That's my goal. And I have it right there to see every single day. So, whatever you want to become, write it down. I will or I am, and put it there so you can see it on a daily basis. Another thing is that you have to start thinking about your legacy. What do you want to become, or what is your legacy, right? You guys already know I own Miss Lillian's Self Storage. All right, so Lillian is my legacy. And so my legacy is who Lillian becomes. And this is my legacy is not generational wealth for Lillian. My legacy is the person that Lillian is going to become. Right. And that's very important to me. And Pete and I focus on this very much. So for legacy for us is Lillian is going to be loving, empathetic, generous, altruistic, compassionate, and she's going to focus on what her why is. All right. So my legacy is actually teaching Lillian not about money and not about generational wealth. That's going to be a bonus, right? My legacy is the type of person that Lillian's going to become. And this is what we focus on for her. All right. Okay, as a real estate investor, you have to understand there is enough to go around in the world. There is no such thing as competition, all right? And this is true not only just for being a real estate investor, but for life itself, right? There is enough to go around. I hear the word competition all the time. And there's a lot of people that don't want to teach for REI USA, right? Because they feel like, it's competition, all these givers, right? The truth of the matter is there is enough to go around in the world for everybody. All right. So you must have an abundance mindset. All right. And I have an abundance mindset, and this is why I feel I'm so successful. Number 2, ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. You are never going to get anything if you do not ask for it. Nobody can read your mind. Nobody knows what you want. Do you want to buy houses? Ask somebody and they'll sell your house. Do you want money? Ask them for money. Do you need contractors? Ask for that. Whatever you need, you have to learn to ask for it. Nobody is going to give anything to you unless you ask for it. All right. So ask and you shall receive. Also, unfuck yourself. All right. Who has read the book Unfuck Yourself? Has anybody read this book? If you have not read this book, you need to get the audible version of this book. Don't read the book. Get the audible version because the author reads it and he gets y'all pumped up. And basically it's a mindset book, and it's all the mindset book is all it's about is how we just internally we just screwed up. We screwed up. You are living in your mind, and your mind, you can only do as much as your mind lets you do, right? So highly, highly recommend. You've got to read this book, Unfuck Yourself. All right. One of my favorite books. Also, you have to be resourceful. Okay. I say this to all my students all the time. The best investors are the most resourceful investors. I can pull, and see, when I first started out, I could pull $5,000 or $10,000 out of my ass at any time. Now I can pull hundreds of thousands of dollars out of my ass at any time. I find a deal and I find the money somehow, right? I need a contractor. I find a contractor. I need to make some money. I figure out how to make some money, right? So I tell my husband all the time, he's like, we're doing closing on another deal. Where are you getting the money from? And I'm like, I have no idea, but I'm going to freaking find the money, right? And so you have to learn how to think outside the box and be resourceful. And that's one of the things that you can write as your I am. I am resourceful, right? The best investors, the ones that are the most successful, are the most resourceful. You saw Mercedes, she resourceful, right? She knows how to come up with those deals without putting any money out of her own pocket. That is considered resourceful. So you have to be resourceful. You have to be creative and you have to solve problems. All right. The sellers are going to come to you and they're going to have problems. And it's your job to figure out how to solve them. That is the definition of being resourceful. Okay. And don't ask why. Don't ask why. All right. Do not ever ask any seller, why are you selling? Why are you selling it for so low? What? Why you don't ever ask why. Just accept, right? That's one thing that I've learned over the years. You just got to accept that people have issues or that people will lend you money or like things just fall into place. Don't ask why, just accept, right? Who's with me? Who's getting this, right? Anybody saying yes to this? All right, building credibility. You've heard this over and over and over again. You have to learn how to build credibility. All right, if you want to be a resourceful investor, a successful investor, right, then you have to learn how to build credibility. So this is like you going out on social media, even if you hate social media. You got to push yourself out there because social media is like a world of opportunity, right? How many people actually found REI USA through social media, through Instagram or Facebook, right? People give me money from social media all the time because I'm posting out. People know me, people know who I am, right? The reason I started the Way Down South Real Estate Group, 7 years ago or whatever it was, is because I wanted to build credibility. I wanted to meet other investors, but build credibility, right? So you have to figure out ways to build credibility because I'm telling you, if you want to be resourceful, you have to be credible. Okay. All right. And then, as I said, social media and online marketing, you've got to take advantage of that. If you're not taking advantage, you're missing out on so many opportunities. All right. Cash flow. All right. You've heard this over and over again this weekend. You have to learn how to come up with different ways to make money. And in the real estate investing world, there are so many different ways to make money. Okay, like I can't remember who did the table, but the table, remember how she had like the legs yesterday? I can't remember who did that. And she was like, all these legs represent like different types of cash flow, right? And if you only have one job, well, you only got one leg, your table ain't going to stay up, right? So you got to have a whole bunch of legs to hold your table up. Okay. And you have to get good at managing your money and understanding cash flow. Just like Gita said, I'm telling you, the best investors understand cash flow and their money and where their money is going inside and outside of their company, right? So you have to truly know your numbers, right? This should be a goal of yours. Community. You guys know me. I'm all about community, right? And it's all about community, collaboration, connection, which is the motto of REI USA, right? Community, collaboration, and connection. You've got to surround yourself with people that understand you and will accept your audacious goals, right? Because real estate investing it's an audacious goals. When you go and tell somebody, I'm going to go buy a house without putting any money down, they're just like, what the fuck? Right? So like nobody understands except for the people in your group. So you need to come into the Facebook group and become part of this community. Put your challenges in there, put your wins in there, and utilize the people around you. And we'll be doing virtual speed networking. We'll be doing all kinds of stuff. You have the state super groups within REI USA that you can go to and really kind of meet the people in the area, right? So make sure you take advantage of this community. All right, and I'm telling you, I know all the badass investors across the country. I know so many of them. Guess what? They all coming and hanging out with us. All right. And they will be in that Facebook group. They will be teaching you on a regular basis. So go to those trainings. All right. You have to learn how to delegate. You have to learn how to delegate. I'm telling you, when you start learning how to invest in wholesaling or rehabbing or anything, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of moving parts. And the best investors know how to delegate and have teams, just like Mercedes says, she's relinquishing that control and letting other people do the work. Just because someone does it different from you doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just different. That's it. And I love my team so much. I got the best team ever. And they all do everything completely different the way that I would totally do it. Right. But we all work together as a team and get it done. And we don't get just one or two things done. We get like 10x done. You should see my team. Christy's on there. Christy's here. Ask her how much shit we get done. We get a lot of stuff done. And the reason why is because I have learned to delegate. And all I do now is manage. That's all I do really is just manage. All right. So you've got to relinquish that control. Also, don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. I'm telling you, this is a hard one for real estate investors, right? Everybody out here says that you've got to make big, it's all about the big checks, right? And it's like, oh, maybe I'll just push those numbers, right? And the truth of the matter is that greed kills deals. Greed kills deals. Greed is just not good, right? Believe me, take it from me because I've been greedy. All right. And I'm going to tell you, you cannot be greedy in this industry. You get the deal done and you move to the next one. Right. And, and I've sold property to people that they could only afford, 150,000. And I wanted to sell that thing for 170 or 80,000 because they wanted that house so much. Right. Or they wanted that property so much. Right. And so on the front end, trying to wholesale those deals, don't push those numbers. And even on the back end, right. Just get the deal done and move to the next one. Plenty of opportunities out there. Don't be greedy. Okay. Less is more. Another thing too is that especially rehabbers, they want to go in, customize, do everything, make it beautiful. I get that, but the truth of the matter is that less is more. Right? People are okay with with not being like everything just so beautiful. Right? You know what I'm saying? So like I'm a Linda investor. You guys saw Linda yesterday. Put in here yes if you saw Linda. I'm a Linda investor. I just get in and do my thing and get out. And the truth of the matter is over the next couple of years, the way that the market is, less is more. Less is more. There's no reason for you to go over the top on anything. All right? Just get in and get out. That's what I'm saying. Get in and get out is the whole point of the next couple of years. Because it got over like 2016 to 2020, people just started going crazy with the customizing. And then like the houses prices were going up and the price per square foot's going up and everybody's doing full guts. And it's just like, just too much. Less is more. Y'all understanding what I'm saying? Put in this chat if y'all are getting what I'm saying. Now let me know if you're lost. I can help you. Another reason why I'm so successful is I educate myself. You guys know, actually I started this company. Do you know what? I've been running this type of an education forum for 7 years now. And I've had over the course of the last 7 years, hundreds of teachers coming in. And guess what? I picked those teachers because I want to learn from them. That's one of the main reasons I started this thing, is that I'm like, there's so many teachers out there that I need to learn. Why don't I just start some sort of a forum so I can bring them in and educate myself, right? And I want you to be the same way. That's why I made REI USA. I put all these awesome teachers in front of you so that you can see and hear what I've learned over the last 7 years from every single one of them. That is what education is about, okay? You have to give back and be generous. You have to give back and be generous, right? So just like Erica said, her why is serving others, and that's my why as well too. My why is to serve others. My giving back is to serve others. What is yours? And whatever your give back is, actually, if you have anything that y'all do, put it in the chat so we can get some ideas. If people are like, I don't even know how to give back, what do I do? I have no money, what can I do? How can you give back? Right? Because I'm telling you, the more you give, the more you receive, right? The more you give, the more you receive, right? So on one hand, like, you're giving back to be kind and serving others, and on the other hand, you're giving back because you want to get some opportunities, right? So how can you give back? Because the more that you give back, the more opportunities are going to come to you. I promise you, I am the living proof of that. Okay? Be generous in this industry. Be generous. And have goals, right? We've been talking about this all weekend. Put your goals down. My goal is to make $5,000 a day. I'm worth $5,000 a day, and that's my goal for this year, is to make $5,000 a day. What is your goal? Okay, put those down and put it on your wall so you can see it at your desk. You have to see this on a daily basis. You have to see. If you could see my wall here, I've got all my goals. I have the secret to living is giving, right? I see that every day. I have my little sheet here that says, if you how to make $1 million. Christy knows, she's been in my office. My goals are on my wall so I can see them on a regular basis. Okay. And these are my goals. Number one is to go on super long vacations, right? So, I go on 6 to 8 months a year. We go on vacation, right? We go on vacation 6 to 8 months a year. Our family does. And on top of that, our goal is to start one new multiple stream of income a year. We've been creating multiple streams of income for the last 10 years. We have over 20 different ways that we create income in our companies. 20. All right. So those are our goals. And I want you to also have goals and put them so you can see them on a regular basis and be reminded. In fact, this is my goal book, my things to do in my goal book. And I have this right here. When I have something I need to do, I just write it right down right there. I keep that with me wherever I go. Keep it simple. Like I said, less is more. Keep it simple, right? I just see everybody makes things so complicated. Keep it simple, right? Your transactions, wholesaling is not difficult. Wholesaling is the buyer, the seller, put them together, right? It's very simple, right? There's a lot of moving parts, so don't make it so strenuous. All right, keep it simple, because I see a lot of investors trying to just go crazy on a lot of things. When you start getting advanced, you can make it a little bit more complicated if you want. Like Mercedes is like, I got my boots on the ground all over the country. Yeah, she started out by keeping it simple, and then she grew from that. And you all know about systems, right? Y'all all heard this over and over and over again. Systems, right? Systems. You have to systematize your departments. And all my students know this because I go over it all the time in my coaching, right? So you have 6 departments in your company. You have your acquisitions, marketing, finance, and then depending on what you're doing, and this is my rehab company, construction, liquidations, and your office, right? So you've got the 6 departments. And if you were a buy and hold person, you would have management in there, right? And maybe not, liquidations, right? So typically you have 6 departments. And in those departments, you have all the tasks that you should be doing, right? And if you want to see more about that, just go to like my Stacy Rossetti website, and sign up for the free trainings, because there's all kinds of trainings on systems in there as well. Okay. But you have to get systems in your business. You will hear this over and over again. And also go electronic, right? So, we can run our business from our phone. And I teach this in my class. I teach this in all my stuff. You can see videos, free trainings on how I run my entire business from my phone. And you as an investor should be able to do this as well too. So focus, because you're so mobile. Everybody's so mobile now, right? You're out looking at properties. You have to be able to run your business from your phone. So make sure that you make that a priority. And finally, be cookie cutter. There ain't nothing wrong with being cookie cutter. I'm cookie cutter, right? I'm cookie cutter, right? There's no customization in anything that I do at all. All right. I am boring. That's it. I do the same things over and over and over again, right? And that's how, especially in my rehabbing, wholesaling, and rehabbing departments, it's all like everything is the same thing in and out every day, right? So be cookie cutter. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay. And in fact, that's how I became so successful, is I just did the same thing. I picked the one rehab. And actually, this came from my coach. I was running around like a crazy person. And I was stressing myself out with all the stuff I was doing. Remember, I was doing like 15 rehabs at a time. And I was just like totally stressing out. And that's what he said. He said, Stacy, the wealthy get wealthy by doing the same thing over and over and over again. And he told me, you have to become cookie cutter, right? That is how you scale up. All right. So you have to become cookie cutter if you want to 10x your business. Okay. And that is basically my top 10 ways that I became cookie cutter. Let me exit out of this so I can read these. All right. Somebody stopped my screen, or I did. Who knows? So that is how I became cookie cutter. All right. So what are you guys thinking about that? What out of all of those things that I just said, which is the ones that hit you the most? Which are the ones that are like, yes, I have to focus on this? Was it being resourceful? Was it systems? Was it don't be greedy? Right? What is it that was doing that? Yeah, I can share my last slide. Hang on, let me see if I can figure that out. Here it is. There it is. Here's the last slide. So how do you 10x your business? You have an abundance mindset. You learn how to ask for what you want, right? Nobody can read your mind. You delegate. You have to learn how to delegate and relinquish control, right? You, make sure I got my chat up here too. You have to build credibility. Nobody ever going to give you any money or anything if you don't have credibility, right? Especially if you want to do a lot of deals. Is there anybody here that's like, I don't want to do a lot of deals. Like I just want to do like 1 or 2 deals, right? If you want to only do 1 or 2 deals, then don't worry about credibility. But if you want to do a lot of deals, you got to start building credibility. You got to focus on systems and really organize and systematize and automate your business, right? We own storage facilities. All right. And we travel 6 to 8 months out of the year. The only way we can do that is if we're automated and systematized. My husband and my goal is to be able to be anywhere in the world and run our business, right? And the only way you can do that is with systems. You have to have a community. You have REI USA now. You have all these badass teachers that want to help you grow. Take advantage of them. Okay. And then you have to educate yourself. You guys are doing that. So y'all are already on the right track. You have to be resourceful, and you have to learn how to pull $10, $20, $30,000 out of your ass at any time, right? You have to be able to solve problems for all these sellers. You got to be creative. You got to think outside the box. You can't be greedy, right? Can't be greedy. You have to keep it simple. You have to understand your numbers, look at your cash flow, budget your money, be smart with your money, manage your money properly, right? You have to give back. right? You have to have goals and you have to create a legacy, right? What is your legacy? What is it that you're going to leave behind? I'm going to leave the best daughter I possibly can. Somebody that's going to be there to serve and teach and guide and help others, just like we're doing. My husband and I are doing. That's our legacy. All right. So that is basically it. Hopefully, you guys have that presentation down.